Don't be fooled. The FBI and the military breaking ties with the ADL is optics. You see, every single time, but we're talking about Trump, but any president really, if you really think about it, they don't do anything for the American public unless it benefits their approval rating. So it seems like a step in the right direction, but be mindful. You're getting what you want. They're breaking ties with the ADL. It's an optic. Who cares if they break ties with the ADL? There's still so much of the fake Star of David people, part of the fake Star of David principality, that are still involved, especially in your CIA and your intelligence agencies and in your government. Just because they're going to give you this, do not falter. The target still remains. The ADL, they need to do something to show that they're not colluding with, and by they, I mean your politicians and your government need to do something, and your bureaucracies, they need to do something to show you as a citizen that they're not breaking good faith with you, but they already have. They're not giving you anything that you really want. And whenever their back is against the wall or they feel like they can't go anywhere, and the tensions and the conspiracies and the criticisms of your government and your bureaucracies are coming to a head, then they want to give you, oh, we're doing this thing with Tylenol and Johnson & Johnson, when really it was probably something you don't even know about, why they pulled out with Johnson & Johnson and Tylenol and their conglomerate that's an offshoot of Johnson & Johnson. For all you know, Johnson & Johnson wants to get rid of Tylenol because it's becoming too much of a liability, whatever the case may be. You have no idea. You know, you did elect Trump to be your businessman, and he's treating you like a businessman. Nothing is personal and everything is transactional. And he's very self-serving. So like I said, just because they're proclaiming and denouncing the ADL, that doesn't mean that it's not Netanyahu's idea. I mean, where was Trump for the past 2 days? He's probably talking and trying to make deals and trying to make things work out behind the scenes in the shadow. We need to say that we're not for the ADL. It's a small little piece of what the fake Star of David state is. So why don't we just exclude that, because it makes our MAGA base and it makes our MAGA administration and what they're standing for as far as their MAGA conglomerate look like hypocrites, because you're taking away DEI, but you have the ADL. I mean, so they think about it, you guys, as people who are sociopaths. They are sociopaths who lie, and they're professional gaslighters and professional liars. They're con artists, and so their immediate thought is like, okay, how can we spin this? How can they turn it so that they still look good without giving you too much? Because, you know, they're not going to stop GMO. And they are not going to give your kids free medical and free lunches in school. They're not even going to do that for you when they require your children to be in school and be institutionalized and learn from an indoctrinated system. They don't even want to feed your kids. So it ain't that. You just have their backs against the wall right now in regards to this fake Star of David principality. You have their back against the wall, and they have to say, hey, we're not with the ADL. I think if we're getting rid of DEI, we're going to have to get rid of the ADL too. That's probably where he was the past 2 days. He was probably colluding and doing things in the shadows. That's exactly what he was doing. Because it is a big deal. You know, Netanyahu doesn't want to lose his leverage at all. He's a very arrogant and entitled man. And he's already, and I've talked about this before, he's already disgusted and annoyed with Trump, because he felt like Trump would do a better job in getting the job done. And the whole Kirk situation, which I suspect Trump had everything to do with in terms of handling that situation with Kirk. And the fake Star of David Principality, Netanyahu, sanctioned it. And they sanctioned it because nothing that Trump is doing doesn't go through that fake Star of David Principality first. It goes through them first. So they're going to preoccupy you with the left. No, it's this. No, it's the right because they did that. No, it's the left because they're blue-haired and they're trannies. No, it's the right because, they're all mass murderers. Both of you need to quit it. Have your eye on the fucking prize. ADL not being qualified within bureaucracy means nothing to an administration that promised that it was going to get rid of DEI anyway. It said it was going to, Project 2025, reverse a lot of institutional leverage for people qualifying as minorities. So why didn't it get rid of ADL too in that same vein when it got rid of DEI? It is only getting rid of the ADL now because there's too many MAGA constituents. Like the left, they don't care about the left. They feel like they can spin any narrative. And by they, I just mean Trump's administration. Because Netanyahu doesn't believe in Trump. That's why he's taking matters into his own hands and hiring professional gaslighters in the form of influencers on TikTok to spread more fake Star of David Principality bullshit. Do you see? That's why he's going out of his way to do that. Because he does not trust that Trump can deliver in terms of propaganda. And he can't because they had to pull this thing with the ADL. Because too many people on the MAGA side do not believe in that Kirk bullshit. Don't believe in the FBI. Don't believe in what they say. And anyone that says that they believe in the FBI, you're either two things. You're either three things. You're either a Democrat who thinks that it's better than everyone else and just a pundit from the fake Star of David Principality regime. Or the other two things. You're MAGA and you're a freaking idiot. Or you're a freaking pundit. It's one of those two things if you're MAGA. You either completely are ignorant and obtuse to your own reflection, what makes you a hypocrite as well. And the intelligence agencies, particularly the Mossad and American CIA, they know this about MAGA, that you all are hypocrites and you will defend whiteness in the vein of, it's make America great again. No, it's my free speech. No, it's I dislike Trump because he's a businessman and that's why I voted for him and he's going to fix the country. No, they know that it's your whiteness. You're protecting your whiteness and you identify your whiteness with your culture and your Midwesterness. And the gag is most of your husbands are repressed homosexuals, repressed sexually, and that's the gag because they never got a chance to express themselves and then they take it out on the world and blow up a fucking movie theater or whatever they feel like doing that day. So, like I said, the CIA knows this about you. You are ignorant to obviously to a fault. That is what the word ignorant means. You're so hypocritical. And Trump does not care. He uses that as leverage for himself to protect himself and insulate what he's trying to do by using this white MAGA base. And because he's losing it, because of his sloppiness with the whole handling the Kirk situation, like I said, and I'm going to reiterate it again, their back is against the wall, so they're sacrificing the ADL, which should have been sacrificed anyway, no? Because you got rid of DEI, so why didn't you get rid of the ADL? I mean, it's kind of in tandem. Oh, wait, it's because you're being donated to as a beneficiary from the fake Star of David Principality, the fake Star of David Mafia. And I'm done.